Welcome to the Plumbing Group Pipeline. I'm your host, Nicole Krawcke, Chief Editor of Plumbing and Mechanical and PM Engineer magazines. Here's a recap of the industry's latest headlines. The American Supply Association, Affiliated Distributors Buying Group, and Hardy each reported major sales growth among members this week. Respondents to ASA's monthly sales report reported a median sales increase of 22.2% for March 2022 versus March 2021. Similarly, Hardy reported that its distributor members increased sales by 26.7% in March. Lastly, AD members' sales for the first 3 months of 2022 were a record $17.2 billion, an increase of 35% over last year. This spring, Luxury Products Group will launch a podcast offering members access to best practice tips to be used both personally and professionally, as well as general advice from experts belonging to one of the world's most renowned etiquette institutions, the Emily Post Institute. The podcast is sponsored by LR Brands and Odi Innovation and will cover topics ranging from personal image and dress to writing thank you notes and managing challenging clients. The American Society of Mechanical Engineers named Chris Connolly, a veteran of Congress, the White House, and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Senior Director of Government Relations. Connolly will manage ASME's U.S. Government Relations team and help develop and advocate for its public policy priorities. Before joining ASME, Connolly served as Chief of Staff for 3 members of Congress, Virginia Representatives Joanne Davis and Scott Ridgell, and Missouri Representative Vicky Hartzler. He also served as Director of Communications at the U.S. Department of Agriculture during the George W. Bush administration and as Senior Director of Communications and Research at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Global Intellectual Property Center. Chris Connolly brings a wealth of Washington knowledge and experience to his new role as Advocate of America's Mechanical Engineers, said John Hasselman, Managing Director of Global Public Affairs at ASME. He will be a great asset in our ongoing efforts to educate policymakers on key issues including clean energy, research and development, intelligent manufacturing, bioengineering, workforce development, and international standards. Last year, the Naval Sea Systems Command, or NAVSEA, approved the use of Viega's MegaPress Cooney press fittings in sizes 1/2 inch to 2 inches to be used in surface combatant vessels for a variety of systems, including chilled water, potable water, electronic freshwater cooling, seawater cooling, washdown countermeasures, drainage, and many others. ProPress copper 1/2 inch fittings were also approved for potable water and various drains. Viega recently announced that it has won approval for additional components to be used on board. This new extended approval from NAVSEA includes the addition of MegaPress Cooney 90-degree elbows, 45-degree elbows, straight T's, reducing T's, and reducer couplings. This allows shipbuilders and Navy personnel to better integrate Viega fittings into onboard systems. NAVSEA is arguably the toughest standard in the world, and we're proud to have won additional approvals for our system. We make the most reliable press fittings in the world, and this is proof of that, said Viega's Director of Marine, TJ Tracy. Liberty Pump's new material handling center in Bergen, New York is under construction and on track to be completed by the end of 2022. The 107,000 square foot expansion will house component inventory, both raw and finished, and allow for more efficient tracking and flow of components to the manufacturing areas. The expansion will also allow for additional manufacturing space in the current building as material storage is moved over to the new facility. For more information on these stories and many more, visit pmmag.com, pmengineer.com, or supplyht.com, or follow us on social media.